I only took the job because it paid more overnight. That was it. I wasn't passionate about caregiving or helping people. I just needed money, and Blackwood Care Home was hiring immediately. The place sat at the edge of town behind a rusted iron fence surrounded by dead trees. The building itself looked older than it should have still been standing. 3 stories, dim yellow windows, long dark hallways, the kind of place that smelled like dust, medicine, and something underneath both of them. Something old. My shift started at 11 p.m. Before the administrator left for the night, she stopped me near the front desk and said, "Whatever you do, don't go into room 217 after midnight." I laughed a little because I thought she was joking. She didn't laugh back, just repeated it again. Then she left. At first, the job seemed easy. Most of the residents stayed in their rooms watching television or sleeping. A few wandered the halls slowly, but nothing felt dangerous, just uncomfortable. Some of them stared too long when I walked by, not confused staring, intentional staring, like they were studying me. Still, nothing actually strange happened for the first hour. Then midnight hit, and every call light in the building turned on at once, different rooms, different floors, all at the exact same time. I remember standing behind the front desk just staring at the panel while alarms started chiming one after another. I thought the system had glitched, so I started checking rooms. The first resident was awake sitting upright in bed, watching me, didn't say a word. The television in her room was pure static. I asked if she needed help. Nothing, just staring. I checked the next room. Same thing, awake, watching me, static on the television, then the next room and the next. Every resident awake, every television showing static, nobody speaking. By the time I reached the second floor, I started feeling like something was wrong, really wrong. That's when I heard the singing, soft at first. Weak voices somewhere deeper in the building, old voices humming the same slow tune. I froze in the hallway trying to figure out where it was coming from. Then I realized something else. The hallway looked darker than before, longer somehow. The shadows stretched farther than they should have. That's when I passed room 217. The door was slightly open. I remembered the administrator's warning immediately. I should have kept walking. I know that now. But I looked inside anyway. An old woman sat in a wheelchair facing the window, completely still. I started backing away quietly. Then she spoke, without turning around. "They know you're here now." I stopped, asked her what she meant. Slowly, she raised one shaking hand and pointed down the hallway behind me. That's when the singing stopped. Complete silence. Then every resident door opened at once, not slammed open, slowly, one after another. I watched residents step into the hallway together, dozens of them, thin, pale, smiling, and every single one of them was staring directly at me. Then one of them whispered, "Fresh blood." The lights went out instantly. I heard movement everywhere around me, wheelchairs rolling, bare feet dragging, low whispering. Then the emergency lights came on, and they were closer now, way closer. That's when I ran. I don't even remember deciding to do it, I just ran. The rest of the night felt like a nightmare I couldn't wake up from. Every hallway led to another group of residents. Every stairwell I opened already had someone standing there waiting for me. Sometimes they'd just stare, sometimes they'd smile, sometimes they whispered things I couldn't fully hear. I remember one old man grabbing my wrist at one point and saying, "You'll help us live longer." I ripped away from him and kept running. Eventually, I found a basement door hidden behind the laundry room. I locked it behind me and finally had a second to breathe. The basement looked older than the rest of the building, way older. Shelves filled with dusty records, boxes, old patient files, newspaper clippings, missing employee reports, and one phrase repeated over and over in different files: the renewal. I started reading. Every few years, someone working the night shift disappeared. Afterward, multiple residents would suddenly improve. Healthier skin, more energy, longer life expectancy. One report described residents recovering from terminal conditions overnight. That's when I understood. They weren't dying, they were feeding. I heard the elevator ding upstairs, then footsteps. A lot of footsteps, slowly moving toward the basement. I backed away from the stairs and grabbed the nearest thing I could use as a weapon. Then I heard the singing again, closer now. And suddenly, the old woman from room 217 was standing at the bottom of the basement stairs. I never heard the door open. She just appeared there, smiling at me. Only now her voice didn't sound old anymore. It sounded young, clear, healthy. "We only need a little." The lights flickered, and that's when I realized the worst part. They weren't trying to kill me, not immediately. They wanted to keep me alive, so they could keep using me. The next thing I remember is waking up outside behind the care home just before sunrise. My uniform was covered in blood, but none of it was mine. I never went back, never answered their calls, never told anyone the full story because I knew how insane it sounded. But a few weeks later, I drove past Blackwood again, and I saw the woman from room 217 standing in the front window, smiling at me, and she looked younger than she did the night I met her.
If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe to Midnight Static for more cinematic horror stories every week. And if you have a creepy experience, unexplained encounter, or story you want featured on the channel, send it to the email in the description. Some of the scariest stories are real